My name is Jan Hendricks. I'm a physician in Erie. I have two addresses, one because I work in Erie, it's at 4409 Ellsworth. The other address is in Mount Jewett, Pennsylvania, 251 Mead Run. I have some questions for the DEP. We just heard about the facilities to treat wastewater. How many facilities are there in Pennsylvania, and what's the total capacity for treating the wastewater that is produced by all wells in Pennsylvania?
There's three. I think there's three.
If I can, sorry to interject, but my understanding is typically these are reserved for residents of the township. This gentleman.
Bonds from the DEP?
I think there's three facilities in Northwest Pennsylvania. I don't know statewide.
And what's the processing ability of these in gallons per day?
Capacity, I don't know. I know there's thousands of gallons per day for each one, but I didn't come prepared with that information. I don't know what they are. I think the closest one is Franklin.
What are the what is the new regulations for the DEP with respect to wastewater discharge and TDS, et cetera?
Well, I don't know that either. I don't know what the exact numbers are.
Does Mr. Birch know?
The new TDS regulations that require less than 500 parts per million TDS for new facilities.
Okay, and what does the TDS represent?
Your total dissolved solids, it's typically brine water, it's flow back from these wells.
Okay, brine water, does that include the volatile components, including benzene, toluene, et cetera?
Possibly.
Does the how are these processed at these waste treatment plants? Do you remove the benzene, toluene, et cetera, from the water?
That's actually gets a whole new permit. Those facilities get a permit. They're reviewed by one of our engineers. Actually, it's in our water quality program. So,
okay, I'll ask Mr. Birch.
Yes, they operate under NTDES permit, National Pollution Discharge Elimination System. It's a federal permit with state oversight to meet both federal and state requirements.
Do they remove the volatile organic compounds from the wastewater fracking fluid?
I cannot answer that question.
I think what they do is they remove enough to meet their discharge limits. They have limits to be
discharged. Is there a discharge limit? In my research on the TDS, it only has to do with salts and radioactive stuff that comes up. It doesn't. Nothing is said in there about the volatile organics, which are highly toxic, are discharged into our water supply downriver and leach into the aquifers, and then end up in somebody's spring water or well water.
Well, if it ends up at one of our regulated facilities, it gets discharged to one of the rivers.
Into the river, right. So I think we need to be concerned about that. I'll just take one of the fracking fluid components, which is benzene, has been found to cause leukemia in as little concentration as 40 parts per million. Now, it's 40 nickels thrown into a pile of a million pennies. It's not too much over a year. And I don't think the DEP is doing its part to protect the water supply for the people of Pennsylvania. I think you need to know and research the health aspects that occur when you have accidents. The other thing is, if the water is polluted at the well casing and leaches out and your well is contaminated, the water systems can pull out salts, but they don't pull out the other contaminants, the nasty stuff in there, and can cause cancer.